Hello everybody, and welcome to my review of Ayako by Osamu Tezuka. You may know him already, so I don't really think I need to even talk about the author. But I think that this is his first work I've ever read. And just from reading this, I'd like to read more of his works. I want to read Blackjack. I already got 2 works up here that I have yet to read. But again, let's stop talking about him. So, Ayako is, as it sounds, the story of a girl named Ayako. However, it's not in her perspective. It's in the perspective of the people around her. Mainly Jiro, the first character we meet, who just returned home from the war. And here's another. Here's him right here. Ooh. Right there. Now, first of all, let me just state that Jiro is not a nice person. Because later on, he'll do something that will cause Ayako, who is this girl, to be put into isolation for years and years. And eventually will definitely be her downfall. I don't really think so. But he will play a major part in the end. So basically, Jiro returns home from World War II, and he comes home to find that he has a little sister named Ayako. I believe he already knew he had a sister named Ayako. But the thing is that Ayako is not his mother's daughter. So it's still his sister though, because it's his father's daughter. But it's also his sister-in-law's daughter. So the father and his sister-in-law, who's married to his brother Ichiro, they did the naughty. And basically what happened was the father went to Ichiro and said, if you let me sleep with your wife, I will give you all of my land and all of my money. You will inherit all of that. And Ichiro, which we know is greedy from what Jiro says in the beginning, that Ichiro sees Jiro as a kind of a threat. Ichiro says yes, and the father basically makes love to the sister-in-law and Ichiro's wife. Sue, I believe is her name. And this keeps happening again because the father's like, I didn't tell you anything. One more, and I swear to God. Of course, he wasn't planning on giving it to Ichiro in the beginning, which you will learn later on. But, you know, Ayako was born from that. So Ayako is Sue, and the fathers, they always call him Pa. I think they only mention his real name once, so I'm just gonna call him the father. And that's all you have to know about Ayako, because, you know, later on, I think... So, this is where you kind of feel bad for Sue, because, like, at some point, like, early on, you see Sue trying to commit suicide by hanging herself, and it's mainly because what is she supposed to do? She's a woman, and it's the 1940s. She has no power over a man, because women, because back then, hitting a woman was just like, oh, you hit a woman. Okay. Back to the daily grind. Whatever. Which there's a lot of that. There's a lot of hitting women for no reason, which is just not cool. It's not cool to hit anyone for any reason. But you get the gist of it. But here's where we get into Jiro. Jiro is a spy for America. And he does some dirty work for the Americans, a country in which I live in. And dirty work involves killing. And because he killed someone and the police are hot on the trail. But, you know, chain events lead up to the death of a mentally challenged girl, Oreo, who is mentally challenged. I say she's mentally challenged because of the way that Osamu Tezuka drew her. But what's messed up about the death of the mentally challenged girl is not only how she dies, but what she says before she dies. Because she's mentally challenged, everybody treats her like crap. So, before she dies, she says that she wants to marry to a great man who treats her nicely and buys her a good old fancy kimono. And then she dies. I won't spoil how she dies, but she dies. And that just makes you feel so bad for her. Because it's like, that's the point. You want to make a death messed up right before you kill that character? Develop them. Say exactly what their dreams are and what they want to achieve in life, and then just end it. That's how you do it. So one thing I should state is that this book is large. It's thick. It took me almost the whole entire day to read all of this. And there's just, again, so much happens in this. And it's just insane. I encourage you to read this. I highly recommend it. And I will be reading other Osamu Tezuka works later on. Again, Book of Human Insects and MW, which I believe is his darkest work. That just encourages me to read it. But if I had to score Ayako, I think I'd give it a 7 out of 10. A strong 7 to a light 8, I believe, is what I'd... But don't take my word for it. You know, read it yourself. Hopefully you'll enjoy it, because I did. And I'll see you when I feel like doing another review. Bye.